What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Movie Mates podcast. I'm your host, Josh Windling, joined as always. I always need to think about a last name before I do these intros, but Ryan, middle name. I'm joined by Ryan. Ryan. What the fuck are L names, man? Lloyd. Ryan Lloyd Barnes.
Hey, Josh. Thank you for that introduction. No, that was wrong.
I should really keep a list, dude.
Yeah, go find a list of L names and keep listing them off every beginning of every podcast. Just list them off.
I might just keep fucking naming a lot of them until I get them. Just
one
podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
I was gonna make a Spider-Man joke.
Which one?
So good. Pizza time. All right. I'm also joined by the wonderful, greatest pilot, a better pilot than the one in La Bamba, Tanner Coe.
Also, the better one in the movie Blow, if you remember that scene. Hi, Josh. You know, my middle name also starts with L. I don't know if you knew that, Josh, but if you want to start guessing, go ahead.
Have I said it?
Oh, I'm just joking. It doesn't start with L.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm about to fucking say. I didn't think so. I'm not about to be guessing fucking too, bro. Lillard? Nah.
What?
That's stupid. That's stupid. That's a last name. Anyway, thank you, Tanner, for being here. And we're also joined by the wonderful actor in the new movie Jumanji, Jack Black.
Yes, I am that person. My middle name does not start with an L.
No, it starts with a G. It's Gavin.
It's not. That's not even. It doesn't have anything to do
Jack
with me.
Gavin Black.
That's not my middle
JGB.
name.
The JGB, not the KGB.
Starts with an H, but okay.
Harry.
Ho.
No.
Harrison.
Jack Ho Black.
Harold.
Yes, it is. It's Ho.
Harold?
It's actually Ho.
Oh, Jack Ho Black, dude.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of
I
a
think
hoe.
this is the longest intro we've ever had.
And today, we are reviewing the original. Yeah, I guess it is the original Iron Man 1. Just call Iron Man. Released in 2008, directed by Jon Favreau, starring Robert Downey Jr., Jeff Bridges, Pepper Pot. Just kidding, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I bought it.
Jon Favreau did direct this?
Yeah, he directed this one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I may have forgot to change the name again, but we're fine. Let's go.
It's fine. Nah, it's fine.
It says
changes halfway
Midsummer
through sometimes.
for the first 3 minutes, but that's fine.
Yeah, don't be confused. Yeah, it's directed by Jon Favreau. So is I think the second and third one.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
If I'm not wrong, he directed all three. Third one is very underrated. I actually love that movie.
Which one's the third one? Is that the one with the F1 races? at the
PTSD.
beginning?
No, that's the second one. That's not in the beginning. It's the third one's where he has like the PTSD the whole time, and then he's like, "Yeah, kids leave, get over it." Or no, don't be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's funny." I love that movie, man. That movie is great. A lot of people hate on it. I don't know why. Maybe we'll get into it one day. This movie made a whopping $585 million at the box office, which is quite a bit of money if you think about it. Like, this movie kind of just came out of nowhere. So
Yeah, that's true.
That's fucking lot of money. Had a budget of $140 million. Again, that's a lot of fucking money to put into a project.
How much is
Especially when you
that
don't
compared to Twister?
That's $50 million more. $50 million, dude. Given for $50 million more, you could fucking, oh my god, give Twister $50 million more, they wouldn't have done anything.
You would have had real cows.
You would have had a real
Yeah.
cow. That's it. But yeah, no, finally a movie with a bigger budget than Twister. We made it, guys. We made it. I think this is the first movie we reviewed, except Batman. I think Batman Begins did. I'm gonna double check that real fast because I have to. Batman Begins, boys. $150 million. What? That's the fuck? Not a bigger budget than this movie. That is a better
Golly.
movie. Well, golly. Yeah,
Well,
boys,
it is. Christian Bale.
I mean, Christian Bale, Liam Neeson, Gary Oldman, Cillian Murphy, Katie
big
Holmes,
cast.
Michael Caine. Yeah, big fucking big. I mean, this one of big names too, bro. Fucking Jeff Bridges, Gwyneth Paltrow. Robert Downey Jr. wasn't like everyone knew him, but this was like his
He was Sherlock Holmes.
Well, but this is his I think this is his reintroduction into the big Hollywood. Because he had all those drug addiction problems. I'm pretty sure his father passed away too, which was really hard for him. So this was his big, because like Jon Favreau, when they're talking about, like, he took a chance on Robert Downey Jr. That's why Robert Downey Jr. isn't paid that much in this movie compared to like Terrence Howard, where he made $3.5 million and Robert Downey Jr. got paid $500,000 for this movie, which is crazy. That's crazy to think about. So and I think it's great because he's become such an amazing fucking actor. And later this summer, after he filmed Iron Man, he did Tropic Thunder, which is probably one of my favorite movies by him. Well, with him in it. Shit's so funny.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, 2008 was the fucking rebirth of RDJ, who was a great actor as a kid, and just when he was really young, like, he's a great actor, but then had all that bullshit happen to him. Yeah, guys. I don't know. I think this movie's just fucking great, just because what it started, and how it started like the most profitable movie cinematic universe ever.
Oh yeah.
And birthed so many different movies, birthed so many movies from it, and plus birthed different companies to make movies, even though they're not as good, just aka DC. Or just people making ensemble movies. M. Night Shyamalan did it. Fuck, dude. Probably Harry Potter's gonna do it with Fantastic Beasts. They're gonna go back in time and like meet up with. I don't know, dude. I think this movie is so fucking monumental. In the whole scale of things.
That's why I chose this movie.
Yeah, I'm very happy we got to watch it. Very happy. What is everyone's thoughts on this movie?
I remember going to the theaters when I was probably like 9 or something. I don't distinctly remember, but I actually remember watching this movie in the theater. I don't know, it's just one of those long-term memory things that I've had. It's definitely probably the Marvel movie that I've seen the most in terms of viewings. Probably above 10 or 15 viewings, but I've always thought of it to be the same. It's not my favorite Marvel movie, but it's definitely on the top tier.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. Jack Ryan, anything?
I think I would count this movie 100% as a classic, because it's not old enough to be a classic, but it still is, because the way it started things, like Halloween started the slasher, and like
Stop.
Well, you can't. It doesn't matter how bad the movie is. Like, if it starts something as big as the slasher theme, or like how Iron Man just started all the Avengers stuff and stuff like that, it's just like you can't knock it down for that, for creating something so big.
I
agree.
That's fair.
Yeah. I love this movie. It's my favorite MCU movie. I guess I should. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of words to formulate how much I love this movie. Obadiah Stane is not the best villain, but that's okay. I still think that he was a good first villain for Iron Man. Like, for the movies of Iron Man, not like comics, but to kick things going, he was kind of mild, but it's really, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a good introduction.
A good introduction. And I love. This is a pretty big cast, right? Gwyneth Paltrow.
It's pretty decent.
Robert Downey Jr., Jeff Bridges. It's a big cast. More. What was the Rhodes' name again? I don't remember his name.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, yeah, he's really good.
Fucking rip Terrence Howard.
But yeah, I really like this movie, and I can't wait to get into it.
I really just want to hear like Terrence Howard's thoughts, bro. And just like every time he sees a new Marvel movie come out, bro, he's in it. And just feeling like, bro, that could have been me. Should have been me. Should have been God. Anyway, yeah, dude, biggest. I think that's probably the biggest. I mean, he's still making movies and making money, but
I like him. I liked his Rose better than the new one.
than Cheadle? Yeah, I did too.
I did too.
I think
yeah.
he's a lot of good like synergy and chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he worked
With,
better
RDJ.
with Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
Yeah. I
No
agree.
hit, not hating on Cheadle. I think Cheadle's
Yeah, yeah.
great.
Cheetah's
I think
still
he's
a
great,
good.
too.
He's still a good Iron Patriot, but still like, or Rhodey. It's
But
just I think
for
the old
good,
one's better.
for how much comic relief the MCU has, I think Terrence Howard would have done better than Don Cheadle,
Yeah,
especially with the
I
chemistry.
think Don Cheadle's more. He was better at, like the serious stuff, but
Right.
yeah, that he doesn't have anything when it comes to like all the comedic stuff. Because
It's kind of like
Rhodey needed to be comedic to be in movies with Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how much different the MCU would if all the characters stayed like the actors that played him originally, like Terrence Howard as Rhodey, fucking Edward Norton as
Edward Norton.
Hulk.
Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Oh my. Oh my god.
In like
dude,
Avengers
dude.
Endgame and stuff.
He'd be so old though.
That would
Like,
it still would be so funny.
It'd be so great.
Or like
No, give me
Homecoming
fucking-
too.
They should have had like a
Bring in Barry
cameo.
with James
They should-
James Franco in the MCU.
So good.
So good. I know that face.
I
Or
know that face.
James Franco and Tobey Maguire. So in
Best
Homecoming.
chemistry between characters I've ever seen in my life.
Can we be honest? I wanted Spider-Man Neo Noir in the MCU. Nicolas Cage running around. Oh my god.
Sometimes I let matches burn down to my fingertips just to feel something.
Feels something. Jake Johnson would be great too, but anyway. Enough from Into the boys. Kind of hyped today. I kind of want to talk about it in just a second, but a new Spider-Man game's been announced. I don't know if any of you have played fucking Spider-Man PS4.
I
No.
played a little bit.
It is fucking amazing, and I very much recommend it. It's great. It'll make you like cry at the end. But they announced a new game today. It's just kind of hype. They announced the Miles Morales game, which is lit. I love it because Miles Morales is a great character. Very cool. I love him. All right, yeah. Tanner, are you gonna jump into this? We could probably go through this movie pretty quick. Not too much.
Yeah, if you want to do it, I can do it. Doesn't matter. If you want to give me a break, I
about
don't
let-
care.
I'll give you a break. I can do
It
this.
is the
one pretty
last
easy.
one.
You got it.
The last one, boys. I don't know if I think Tanner did the first one. Did I do the first one? Or you did the first one.
You did Batman Begins, and let's just say it was all over the place.
It was great. It was.
Think, no,
it
I
was.
think like halfway
Anyway-
through Batman, I think Tanner took over.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. That's what happened in this one too. As we begin in Kunar. Oh fuck! What
What
was
did
it?
you say?
Kunar Providence.
What did you just
Kunar,
call me?
That's where they're at. Kunar. Jack, stop. Kunar Province. Province, Afghanistan. As we see some Humvees rolling, skirting down, and we see a man with some goats and shit. And what music do we hear, boys?
Back in Black.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, that's
I don't
what
know,
it is.
sorry. Oh, it is.
Anyway,
Oh.
AC/DC, Back in Black, fucking a big ode to Robert Downey Jr. returning to acting. That's what I see this as. Back in Black is a perfect song for this intro. You have him doing some funny banter with the banter that I always remember my whole entire life because I don't know why I'll never forget it when he just goes,
love it.
"Good,
dude. It's all-
good God, you're a
Good
woman."
God, you're a woman.
And
I'd
then,
apologize, but isn't that
That's what we're
going
going
for?
and it's like, put the gang sign down. Just kidding.
No,
throw
I'm
it back
kidding.
up.
Peace.
No,
I'd
no
be out
gang
of the
sign.
job if it wasn't for peace.
Oh my god.
Love
That's
it,
true.
dude.
I fucking love this whole all the banter at the beginning of this movie is so fucking perfect. And it kind of like throws you off with the like tone of the movie because all of a fucking sudden, bang! Motherfucking Humvee goes up in flames, boys. No one saw this coming. They start freaking out. They tell Tony to get down. And the guy just like yells. He leaves Tony in the Humvee, runs right out where he sees people just firing and just dies. You fucking idiot. I don't know. That shit was funny. Anyway, a lot of death to begin this fucking movie, dude. Like, jeez, pretty dark.
Oh, yeah.
Tony gets hit by none other than a Stark missile, and we see blood start coming through his underjacket. What is that called? The
His
Blazer.
Kevlar?
no, it's Kevlar. The white shirt you wear under suits.
A button-up shirt? What are you talking about?
Yeah, just a button up. Ah, fuck it. You see blood start coming through his short shirt. He opens up. It's some Kevlar. Tony then wakes up surrounded by a bunch of men with lots of weapons and a video camera, and we hear him reading off something. And fun fact, you see the Mandarin symbol in the back, in the on the little tapestry.
You do?
Yeah, you see the Mandarin symbol. Fun fact. Kind of cool. Kind of setting some stuff up, but they don't really. I like the Mandarin. I thought he was funny. We cut to 36 hours earlier in Las Vegas, where Tony Stark. We kind of get to learn some of the backstory of Tony Stark, where he's where he started, went to college, started building robots. We see his dad, and you see we get introduced to Jeff Bridges as he just sits there with his bald head looking ass,
Yeah.
watching the shit,
Bald
dude.
head ass.
Bald head ass.
I like
Obadiah,
the,
Josh. Obadiah.
Obadiah.
We see-
Wait, what was Josh saying?
You said
Jeff
Jeff
Bridges.
Bridges.
It's Jeff Bridges, bro.
Oh, well, I know, Josh.
And we see Jeff Bridges with hair in one photo. Anyway, we see Obadiah Stane looking at the Earth, and Obadiah Stane and Tony Stark are kind of in it together with Stark Industries, and Tony is not there to accept his reward. So instead, Obadiah Stane goes up to accept it. We cut forward and we see we get a fun stuff of Tony gambling because he's kind of a degenerate right now. He's kind of just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Just in case he's not degenerate, he's fucking millionaire, billionaire, fucking playboy. Anyways, gambling. He makes Rhodey kiss his dice. Throws it down. I don't think he does good, right? He loses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he
loses
does.
money. Yeah, he loses his money. Anyway, we get introduced to Happy here. Jon Favreau himself. Shadow Jon Favreau. Looking a lot fucking different compared to now. And he meets this reporter that wants to start talking. They call him like the Picasso. Oh no, what they call him of shit, what they call him of the
No, they call him
weapon
the
industry?
Picasso of Death.
Oh, Picasso of Death.
Yeah,
That's
and he goes, "That's ridiculous. I'm not a paint. I don't paint."
I thought it was.
Yeah, I like that. Dude, this movie's so funny. What's up, Jack?
I thought it was Da Vinci.
Oh, it was the Da Vinci of Death.
It's
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
some artist. Like Van
Some
Gogh,
fucking-
somebody.
some old artist. Anyway, he starts talking. She's a very beautiful reporter. They start talking, and well, they end up fucking, dude. They just end up fucking. Hot sex in his giant mansion, bro. She wakes up.
I don't mean to say
Jar-
the word slut lightly, but that's a
Oh,
slut.
whoa. Oh, no, she's a beautiful woman that's having sex with a beautiful man. In
Yeah,
his fucking
she's al-
giant
she's-
ass house.
She only knows it for
Jesus,
like
man.
2 hours.
That's what happens, dude. It's
Okay.
a fucking big ass house in Malibu, California. By the way, they go from Las Vegas to California. Just the fuck. That's how you know you're fucking rich. Just saying. Anyway, we have her just kind of wandering around. She starts touching stuff. It's like Jarvis gets all pissed off at her, and then we get the greatest Pepper Potts diss of all time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Occasionally taking out the trash. And I'm
Ah,
like,
so I am right. She is
Ah,
trash.
i.e., kicking your whole ass out this place.
fucking Norin, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Shit was so funny, dude. I love Pepper. Gwyneth Paltrow. She's not in the MCU a lot. I wish she was. She's only
there.
been really
Yeah,
Iron Man.
she's
Well,
there.
she's there sometimes. I like her. I like Gwyneth Paltrow. She's a really good actor. We cut down Gwyneth, fucking Pepper. We see Pepper bringing shit down to Tony. Tony's working on his really fancy cars. Because this is just like kind of reassuring how rich fucking Tony is.
Oh yeah.
They start talking about how it's Pepper's birthday and how she's taking the night off. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday," blah, blah, blah. And he has to go somewhere. Where is he going? He's going to the airport to meet Rhodey, which we did see earlier, but I forgot to mention him. But we see Rhodey, played by Terrence Howard, waiting for him on a giant fucking jet. He races Happy there. More fun banter. This movie is just really, I like the quit. I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. is such a great actor, man. He's just so personable, and I feel like he synergizes well with like everyone on screen.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Anyway, Tony and Rhodey get into the jet. They have a little bit of alcohol. They have a little bit too much alcohol, and the stewardess starts stripping. Don't know how this came to be, but it happened. And and fucking Rhodey's really drunk, and it's really funny. And it just makes me sad that Terrence Howard isn't in any other MCU movie. Anyway, They get to Afghanistan, where Tony is set to show off his new missiles to the generals of the U.S. Army.
Best
And we
scene.
get probably the coolest scene in the movie, and top probably like 10 scene in MCU history, where we get to see the Jericho missile hitting the mountains. And I want to say this is all practical, not the missiles, but the fucking explosions and the I don't know, it all looks so good, dude. Like, well, this 2008, I feel like, oh, I don't know, man.
Fun fact: that is a real Air Force base that my dad been to when he was serving with the military. But that particular airfield is not considered in mountainous terrain, so I am nitpicking.
Oh.
That's something he's told me.
Okay, that's some biased bullshit.
Just saying.
We see Tony using the fucking weirdest phone I've ever seen in my life. Brought to you by, excuse me, Verizon. But he starts like FaceTiming a fucking shirtless Obadiah Stane. Shirtless Jeff Bridges.
He's like, "Why aren't you wearing the pajamas I got you?" Good night, Tony.
Shit was funny as fuck. And pretty much it brings us back to the start of the movie. We cut to Tony getting surgery, getting his arc reactor kind of put in him. Not his official arc reactor, you know, it's kind of the ghetto ass one.
It's just a
we get
magnet.
We get a oh, it's a magnet. That's what it is.
It's just
yeah.
a magnet.
My bad, my bad. He gets a fucking really gross scene where he's pulling the like hose out of his nose. Ugh. God, dude, that looked fucking painful. Oh my god, what's the dude's name in the cave with him? I just forgot. Can't save me.
Fuck. Well, fuck.
Whose name?
Winston.
Jensen.
Jensen.
Jensen. We meet Jensen. Jensen is shaving, of course, looking all fashionable in his fucking ghetto ass cave. Tony starts freaking out, doesn't know what's happening, and Jensen and Tony start talking about what happened to him and what's in his heart, and about the magnet keeping the shrapnel out. And Jensen talking about how he removed it and shit like that. And then a bunch of fucking people with guns show up. So I'm just cutting around a lot because, you know, there's just a lot of dialogue that doesn't... I don't want to explain a lot. Know what I'm talking about? We get introduced to bad guy number one. He never gets a name. I just... I call him fat bad guy number one. He starts talking. They start talking about how they want him to build a missile. Tony starts saying, "I'm not going to do it," and we get a fun little torture mod.
Sorry.
Ryan?
I hate these dogs. I'm gonna go on mute for a sec, boys.
No, you're good. Anyway, we get a really cool torture sequence. I kind of like this. Kind of fucking frightened me as a kid. This whole time, boy, I just gotta say, everything that has to do in Afghanistan in this cave is so good.
Yeah.
It's just everything right here is so fucking good. And like you compare like what they do like today and stuff like that. I feel like they're not doing any of these. I don't know. There's no MCU movie like this one. You know, and the same like feeling, shit like that. I don't know. This I just really love this. Everything they do in Afghanistan, the cave, and when he's captured. Tony gets brought outside and he sees all the missiles that these people have taken from him. Again, he gets to meet bad guy number 2. Oh no, still bad guy number 1. He pretty much says he's gonna build the missiles, and he said pretty much Tony knows he's gonna die after he builds it though.
Yeah.
So Tony
No,
has
he
to
won't.
start building. Yeah, no, he won't. I like that one. We get just more back. We get more Jensen. I like Jensen and Tony scenes, by the way. Jensen and Tony, I think, again, Robert
Good
Downey
chem.
Jr. centers.
Good chem.
Yeah, he has good chemistry with fucking everyone, man. He's such a he's such a good actor, such a fucking good actor. They start getting to work on the missile, but instead, Tony and Jensen are actually building an arc reactor. We don't know actually it's called that yet, but they're building their arc reactor to kind of fucking keep Tony all good. And we get a really cool shot of Tony sitting up from the table, like from the security cameras they have, really ghetto security cameras, and all you see is like this giant blue shit glowing from his chest, and it's just really cool. I like that shit. I like that shot a lot. I'll always remember it. We get more backstory, just Tony and Jensen playing games. Jensen talking about where he came from, his family, shit like that. It gets real personal real quick. And then we get to meet bad guy number 2. Never learned his fucking name. I'll call him Bald Bad Guy. We see Bald Bad Guy, and pretty much the bad guys don't know what Tony's actually building, because they're looking at the Jericho missiles, and they're trying to they're like, oh, he's not building that. So bad guy number 2 is like, oh fuck, I can't have that. But he actually speaks English, which would have been a lot easier from the start. But I don't know
Raza.
why.
That's the bad guy's name, Raza. But they don't say
Yeah,
it.
you never hear it. Raza, I'm gonna call him Bald Guy. The Bald Guy, they start fucking about to torture goddamn Jensen because they're getting mad that Tony isn't building this quick enough, and he's about to like burn Jensen's face. And again, I love all the filmmaking here. It just looks so dirty and gross, and I like it. I love it. I love how dark it is and everything like that.
Oh my gosh. I know. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
you're all
don't
good.
meet into. It's kind of off topic, but the bad guy number 2, Bald Guy, he is actually. Do you guys remember the 2009 Star Trek?
With Chris Pine.
Yeah, with the new ones.
Yeah.
The first one, remember, like the opening shot is of like the ship in the past, of that how it has what's Jim's dad. You know how
I
Jim's
think so,
dad
yeah.
remember when Jim's dad was promoted captain by the captain?
Yeah. Was he the other captain?
Guess who the captain was?
Oh, that's funny.
It's
I
an
never.
actor.
What's the actor name?
His name is Farhan Tahir.
All right. That's,
That's
that's
cool.
funny.
I
All right.
realized-
Anyway, Tanner, we get the first ever suit-up scene of the MCU. Tanner,
Let's get it.
the first fucking ever. The Mark 1. It's Mark 1, right? Mark 0? It's a Mark 1. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Sure.
People will be mad.
Yeah, it's Mark. Why
It's the
wouldn't
Mark
it be
1.
the Mark 1?
It's the Mark 1. Yeah, I knew that. It's the Mark 1. We get to see the Mark 1 and him suiting up. The bad guys are like, oh, we can't see him on camera. Oh no. And we get a really cool scene of like, it has to like, I don't know, powering up the suit, and we get a bit of tension between, because you have we get my favorite Jensen scene, where he picks up the dead guy's gun, and he starts charging at the people to buy time. He's just fucking firing, and it's really funny. And then he runs into a bunch of people, and he just runs away. Anyway, the suit gets powered up, and we get the most fucking definitely one of my favorite Iron Man, top 3 Iron Man moments ever, where we get the Mark 1 just fucking brutally kicking ass, dude.
Hell yeah.
My god, dude, he goes fucking ham. He's just like, dude, he's just fucking yeeting people on the walls. He starts burning people alive. He has his like missiles that don't work. He's like fucking open them. I love it, dude. Everything about the Mark 1 fight scene is just fucking great. We get a little bit of a sad scene where we have Jensen dying, and Jensen starts talking about like having a family.
I want this.
Wait, I want this, yeah, because he wants to go see his family. It's like, Jensen. Fun fact: you see Jensen at Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I
don't
was
know
gonna
if you
say
guys-
something about that. Like, I
Yeah.
was gonna say like he's in one of the later ones.
Yeah, he's in Iron Man 3 because in this one he says we met at a party once, and then you get to see that party.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I like that. Marvel's really good at having Easter eggs. Fuck, I wish I looked up the Easter eggs. Some people should do that right now, because I bet you there's fuck ton of Easter eggs. I know, like, yeah, some obvious ones. And so anyway, Tony Stark's Iron Man gets back to kicking some ass. He just starts fucking burning everyone alive, burning all of his missiles, and we get to see the very first flight scene of Iron Man. Doesn't go very well. He kind of just goes up, he falls down, and crashes in the desert.
I don't know how he
And,
survived that.
Because he's in Full Metal. I don't know. By the way, all this looked really good because, this was, I think, the only movie where the entire Iron Man suits were practical. But then you had the little CGI added for all the mechanical stuff.
I
But-
think they were in 2 as well.
I'm not sure. We have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere this was the only movie they had the whole entire thing practical. But then they had there's CGI in it, but yeah, they have to make the whole Iron Man suit, which you can definitely tell because it looks really good. I mean, not like it doesn't look good in the rest of them. Tony Stark is kind of just mindlessly wandering around the desert, and Brody finds him. A bunch of like SEAL Team 11 comes and saves him, and haha, he's back in the United States. He wants a fucking cheeseburger. He gets back, he sees Pepper Potts, and he wants a fucking cheeseburger, bro. And guess what he gets? He gets a fucking cheeseburger. They're going to a conference because Tony Stark has to give a speech right after fucking getting, like, saved. Like, goddamn, gave him no time. We get introduced to Agent Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D. We don't know it's S.H.I.E.L.D. yet. And I don't know if we get all those funny jokes. It's like, you should really abbreviate that. Is that in this movie?
Yeah.
Is it in
Well,
this?
they
Okay,
don't
that's what
say
I
they
thought.
should abbreviate that. They say that you should come up with a different name.
Oh, that's what it is,
and the
yeah.
dude's like, we're working on it.
Yeah, I like Agent Coulson. He's great. Yeah, we get introduced to Agent Coulson. He's talking to Pepper Potts. But, you know, Tony Stark, he gets his cheeseburger. He goes up on stage and he pretty much says that Stark Industries is done making weapons. And we all know why. It's because, you know, he saw the motherfucking weapons getting taken by terrorist organizations. And he doesn't want that anymore. Anyway, Tony and Obadiah shows up to Stark Industries facility, and they're kind of they're looking at. We get to see the giant arc reactor in the middle of it, and this is where Tony's trying to convince Obadiah that they need to start building, like, looking in arc stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to see kind of just a lot of tension between them, and we kind of start seeing who the real bad guy is. Not really, well, sort of. You're like, all right, Obadiah's a bit fucking of a nutcase, which he is. Cut back, we see Pepper just chilling in Tony's house, and we get one of my, again, dude, there's so many great scenes in this fucking movie, but we have we have Tony needing Pepper to come help him take out one of his arc reactors, which now looking back at this scene is really fucking sad.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're right, it's like really depressing. It's like, wow, damn, dude, it's like how far these movies have come, right? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really funny scene though. He starts putting him in like cardiac arrest.
It's like Operation.
And Robert Downey Jr. is in really good shape too.
Yeah.
I think he's probably like his best shape ever in this movie, compared to the rest of the movies. But yeah, every superhero. Tony fucking going forward. Tony ends up at with Rhodey. Rhodey's like trying to train people how to fly. Rhodey and Tony show up. Well, yeah, all that stuff. Some of the stuff again. Some of this movie is very skippable.
Yeah.
But the scenes that hit. But there's a lot of dialogue. Maybe that's because like we're so used to like the new MC movies. But anyway, Tony starts telling Rhodey he's working on something big. He's not really telling him what yet, but we already know what he's working on. He's working on a motherfucking Iron Man suit, dude. Because motherfucking Iron Man, we gotta see some motherfucking Iron Man in this goddamn movie, okay? Because there's only been one Iron Man in this movie, and he kind of fucking flopped. And so we get to see some cool high-tech shit, and like, yeah, just a lot of high-tech shit. And he starts like getting rid of shit in the Mark 1. Blah, blah, blah. Cut, we see Bald Guy. Bald Guy has some fucking, in the desert, and they're retrieving some of a Mark 1 suit. And you're like, oh no, that's what the bad guy's gonna be. They're making another fucking suit. Cutting forward, we have Tony just working on more shit. And by the way, the leg in this scene looks really cool. And we get some really funny humor with Tony trying to flight test. And
with the
just,
robots.
like, fucking, with the robots, which is great. I always find that funny. Tony kind of like gets fucked up, dude. He probably should have died here. He gets slammed into the top of the ceiling, and it's like, yeah, no, you should be dead. But you know, it's Marvel. Who cares? We get some more cool high tech stuff. Just Tony working on the fucking suit. Everything about Tony working on the suit's really cool. We cut. And we get to see Obadiah Stane and Pepper Potts hanging out top of his house. Obadiah Stane brings some pizza over, and I think he's still trying to convince him to start making weapons again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the board is not agreeing with them, and they're locking
That's
them out
what
or
it is.
something.
That's what it is. Oh, fucking. Anyway, yeah. We get cut back. Tony is doing more flight tests, and he starts yelling at his robot because his robot's funny. I love his robot.
No.
Oh yeah, he's going over his fucking cars, dude. Oh, that hurt me.
No. When he lands and then he looks at the robot because the robot's about to fucking spray the shit out of him.
So that's some good humor, man. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, he starts saying, "Yeah, I can fly now," and we get the first, the Mark II, which personally is my favorite Iron Man suit. I don't know what it is, dude, but I fucking love the full silver. I think it looks so good.
Yeah, the silver one's, yeah. I don't know how much I like the silver one because it reminds me, when I see the silver suit, it reminds me more of Iron Patriot than Iron Man.
That's fair, dude. That's fair. I love this suit so much.
Which,
So good.
like, we might get into it on a different podcast, but in Iron Man 3, Iron Patriot is the red, white, and blue one. But then after that, it's back to the gray one.
It's like black. Yeah.
Did they ever, go over it?
No, I mean, it's just off screen. I don't think that really is a big deal. I don't know. Yeah. Well, no, Iron Man 2 is the one that.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, I don't know. No. Iron Man 2 is the one like he gets his suit gets taken over. Remember? Well, yeah, we'll get in probably another podcast. Blah dee blah blah. We get to see the very first Iron Man flight, and it looks really good. Just saying, looks really fucking good, especially in 2008.
Yeah.
Everything about this looks good. We see the kid drop the fucking ice cream because he's shit. And Tony's like, "How far can I go?" And he starts flying to the fucking moon like he's Elon Musk. It's like, bro, you can't do that shit. And then he freezes up, and then which looks really good, by the way. And then he has to break all the ice, which looks really good, by the way. A lot of this movie looks fucking great. There's no big CG. I don't know. It looks really nice. I like it. He crashes and lands on one of his cars, and he gets fire extinguished. Yeah, pretty funny. He sees a present from Pepper Potts, which again, super sad because it's proof that Tony Stark has a heart. That's what. Hit the feels, boys. It hit the feels a lot. We cut back to Afghanistan. Bald guy 2 is working on putting the suit back together. Blah 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 blah. Tony starts saying that he wants to get a paint job. Blah blah blah, and he wants some fucking red stripes in there. And we're gonna kind of get the look at the first ever Iron Man suit. It looks really cool when it starts getting digitally painted.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me really want an Iron Man game, like a new one to come out.
Not the old one, Josh?
I've played the old one. I remember playing the old one. I want a new one to come out.
A better one.
Well, they are making that Marvel game, but we'll see. Tony is on his way to a party where we run into the very first Stan Lee. Oh, wait, no, Stan Lee was in the movie earlier, wasn't he? But he was somebody else.
His cameo was in the
this is the
party.
first
Is this
one.
his first one? Okay.
Yeah.
And he's
Hugh Hefner.
He's Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner. It's fucking great. Rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway, Tony arrives at this party. And pretty much the biggest thing I get from this is isn't the blonde girl there?
Yeah, because she shows him the pictures of the village with his weapons.
Yeah, again, destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pepper and Tony kind of have a moment on the roof. I'm pretty sure they kiss.
No, they're
No,
about
they
to.
don't.
No, they almost.
Oh, they don't almost kiss. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost kiss. And then he meets the very attractive blonde girl again. Sheesh. And she starts showing the picture, of the villages and all the weapons and stuff like that. We get more like Obadiah being a fucking creepy bad guy. Because, this movie still needs a villain. It's already halfway through. That's my biggest problem. You don't really have That's not a big problem, actually. But I feel like once you have a villain from the beginning, and I don't know, there's no clear villain until kind of late into the movie. It's kind of like the new Spider-Man that came out, where everyone knew. Do you guys see the new Spider-Man? Jack,
No,
Tanner?
I haven't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I loved the second half of that movie. The first half of the second half's really good though. Once you actually because you already knew Mysterio was the bad guy, but whatever. We get a cut Tony just on his couch watching the news, more stuff about his weapons and shit like that. He's kind of just he has the fucking Iron Man arm. It's kind of cool. He's just fixing it, and then he does a cool turnaround. And he blasts something. It's that's sick. And then we get a fucking really cool suit up scene. I loved when he used to have his machine suit him up, compared to where he's kind of just fucking. What does he use now? They're called. I forgot what they were called.
Nanotechnology.
Nanotechnology. Yeah. I know. I liked watching him get suit up. It looked really fucking good. Every time, man. It can never get like old. Always looks so fucking cool. He flies to Afghanistan to save this village. He starts fucking shit up, bro. Oh, bang, bang, bang. He gets all the missiles. Like, people are holding people hostage. Fucking hits them, dude. Shit.
I swear, Josh is
and we
turning
see-
into Takashi.
And we see bad guy number 1 again. We see fat guy number 1. And motherfucking, like, being a little bitch, trying to kill this guy's family. They're about to execute his papa. And Iron Man starts fucking shit up. And then we get a really funny scene where the tank scene, fucking iconic, dude.
Yeah.
So iconic. Just blows up. Very iconic. Iron Man, after fucking up the day, he kind of leaves and he calls Rhodey because they're tracking an unidentified flying object in the
A
AO.
bogey.
And we get, dude, this scene looks so good still with the fucking. It looks so good. And we get really funny dialogue between Rhodey and Tony. He's like, I thought you were jogging in the cannon. Yeah, I'm jogging in my car, which is in the cannon. Or driving in my. I don't know. It was really funny. I love all this fucking dialogue. And the jets look really good. Tony almost kills one, but nope. He goes in. He pulls their parachute for them. Some shit like that, and everything was okay.
One of my favorite lines is, what am I supposed to tell a press conference? Just tell them it's a training exercise. Isn't that the usual BS? That's just so funny.
He's like, no, this is different. And then the next scene is just him doing the
It was a training
accident.
exercise. That shit was good. We get another funny scene. We get that scene, and then we get another funny scene of Tony getting all of his suit off, and Pepper walks out, and he's like, "Oh, let's face this. This is the weirdest thing you've caught me doing." I love Robert Downey Jr. He's so great. And we finally get to find out who the bad guy of this film is, even though it's pretty obvious. It's fucking Obadiah Stane. He shows up and he sees bald guy and Obadiah Stane. Obadiah Stane's with some like fucking sketchy ass looking people. They show up. He gets to go see the Mark I, and he uses like his fucking Men in Black memory erasing device on him.
It wasn't a memory.
I don't know.
What? No, it was
No,
just
it's more
a
like
paralysis
stunt.
thing.
Yeah, it makes him paralyzed. It's really cool when Obadiah Stane leaves the fucking tent.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's
like,
a really cool scene too.
I like that. I like that a lot. I don't need to see how they're disarmed. They're already like fucking disarmed and on the ground, and then they kill them all. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I thought that scene was really fucking cool. We cut back and we see fucking Iron Man suit just chilling. We get Tony and Pepper. They're just talking and blah blah blah. Pepper's pretty much just going to meet with Obadiah Stane, and Tony gives her a flash drive because he wants to get. I forgot what he asked her to get, but he's just getting a bunch of files about shit, you know. Just plot shit, dude. A lot of plot shit. There's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to keep up with. Anyway, we get all the missiles and stuff like that, and she's pretty much Tony doesn't trust Obadiah Stane. Obadiah Stane walks into the office while Pepper's trying to do this. We get some really good tension here. I do like all the tension that's around here. But pretty much he doesn't really suspect anything. He leaves. She leaves with the flash drive, and we get I think Ryan's favorite line in the movie from Obadiah Stane when he goes back to the giant arc reactor.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not Tony Stark.
Dude, which is fucking cool though. If you did watch the new Spider-Man, this is the same actor. So,
I'm sorry?
you know, you remember in the new Spider-Man where they have all the like everyone that Tony Stark wrongs?
Yes. Oh my gosh, you
It's the same guy.
are so right. You are so right. Yeah, I remember that.
It's the same guy, which is cool. I'm like, bro, that's like 11 years later, and
Yeah. Hell
cool,
yeah.
really cool, really cool. Anyway, yeah, with a box of scraps. He's getting really mad because he wants to build a fucking arc reactor, and he's really pissed.
He's getting really mad because he's about to get fucking caught, boy.
I know he is. Fucking Obadiah Stane just goes full bad guy after this. He shows up at Tony's. He kind of just paralyzes him and steals his arc reactor. It's like, yeah, that's got fucked up. You're like, he's stealing his goddamn heart, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
He steals his heart, and basically Tony has to climb down paralyzed to his workspace. I don't know what to really fucking call it. He climbs down to
Workshop.
his workspace. His workshop. Thank you, Tanner. What would I do without you? Liam. Tanner Liam.
I was joking about the middle name.
He crawls down there. We get a cool scene because the robot, I forgot what we call this robot. The fire extinguishing robot is the one that hands him it. And we get to see Obadiah kind of put his arc reactor into the fucking big suit. I always forget, it's called Ironmonger.
Sure.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think it's the Ironmonger. Not Don Cheadle shows up at Tony's house, runs down, and he sees Tony kind of in disarray. Because he's kind of looking all fucked up. We get a really funny scene because, we get Pepper, Agent Coulson, a bunch of Shield agents. We don't know they're Shield agents yet. I think they're Shield agents, right? Or they're just Tony's people.
No, they're Shield agents.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they're Shield. Yeah. They show up where Obadiah is. A lot of stuff happening here. Sorry, they go back and forth a lot. We cut back to Tony and Rhodey. Tony is getting suited up, and Terrence Howard delivers the line next time. Well, Terrence Howard, that didn't happen, did it?
Next time, baby.
You didn't really do much for the final act, Brody.
Yeah, Rhodey, he didn't do shit.
He just didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
This guy just showed up. He showed up and said hi. We get a really cool scene. It's kind of like a horror scene where Pepper, they get into the locked room and they start walking around with all the wires hanging down and shit. And I think it's kind of filmed like a horror scene, which is kind of cool. I like this. This is really shot differently compared to the rest of the movie, and I appreciate that. We see the Mark I hanging there, and they're like, "Oh, that's not good." Well, pretty much, and then they see all the plans for the fucking Ironmonger, and motherfucker's big as shit, dude. And he just starts fucking shit up. And we get this is the fucking climax. Someone has to be in danger, so it's Pepper Potts, of course. Because we already know they're gonna end up together. Pretty obvious. Ironmonger starts fucking like chasing her down. She gets out of his way. Tony Stark ends up to save the day, and we get to see the first big robot fight.
I don't know how she outruns him in heels.
She's Pepper fucking Potts, bro. That's
Look, she's surrounded by superheroes. Give her this one thing.
All right. Now, there's not a lot to talk about the climax. They're kind of just two robots. It's a fucking Marvel climax. They're two robots fighting.
It was a pretty cool fight.
It's a cool fight. Yeah, it's a cool fight. It's Marvel.
I like the. How'd you solve the icing problem? Icing problem.
I got pointed out. One thing I found really funny is when Tony picks up the car with the family and the woman just fucking floors it while he's picked it up. I thought that was funny. Yeah, we get pretty much Tony wins because of icing problem, and he falls down. They each fall down, and we get like, oh god, a lot of shit happens here. Pretty much, Pepper is down by the big arc reactor, and Tony's saying to blow it because that's the only way to kill him. I don't know. Tony's...
I'm gonna kill you with it. You knocked out my targeting system. God, I fucking love
Jeff Bridges so bro. It's Jeff fucking Bridges, bro. I don't know. This whole scene again, it looked really good, man. For the first Marvel movie, dude, it looked really good. I mean, it's 2008.
Yeah.
Shit looked really good. It looked really good. Yeah, fucking, she blows it up. Tony survives. Jeff Bridges dies. Oh, sorry, Obadiah Stane. Obadiah Stane dies. I don't know how Tony survives it, but we don't ask questions.
It
pretty much looks like he's dead, but then his little arc reactor comes on and lights up, and then we cut to another room where he's going to give a speech, a little like a press conference. That's what it's called. Another press conference. Tony goes out there and he delivers the coolest line in the MCU. I am Iron Man. Cut. I'm so happy they added that. Yeah, boys. That's Iron Man.
All right.
I just wanted to say that even though I feel like this movie does have a lot of flaws, if you really look at it, especially the bad guy, Obadiah Stane is just like, he just is not a good bad guy. probably one of the worst bad guys in the MCU. But that didn't take away that Robert Downey Jr. is fucking great in this movie. This movie is fucking. I don't know. This movie. I don't know, man. I started something super big, and you gotta appreciate for that. And it's a good movie too. It's still a good movie. Who wants to start, boys? Who wants to give their final ratings?
I'll go.
I'll go right.
It was my movie, so I'll go last.
Okay. Like I said, it's my favorite MCU movie. I think Infinity War obviously being a very close second. Yeah, I definitely see the flaws in this movie. Like you said, Obadiah Stane's not a good villain, but god damn it, just does Jeff Bridges give it his all. And I love his lines. Oh, I love it so much. He's so funny. I really like what the scene that sticks out to me is the whole beginning stuff when he's in the cave. I think that's shot really, really well. I love the chemistry, obviously, between him and Jensen. And I didn't cry like a little bitch, but it's a sad scene when he dies. I'm like, oh, goddamn. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about this movie. Like I said, there are flaws, but none that I really want to like address because they're not a big deal. Robert Downey Jr. does a great job. So for my rating, it's really hard to think.
So for my rating,
I'm going to give it an 8.7.
damn.
Yeah, that's my rating for this movie.
I'll go. I don't have much to
Okay.
say, kind of just like what Ryan said. The part where you guys mentioned that, Jeff Bridges' character isn't the best. I don't think if it's that he's that bad. I mean, it's kind of like a corporate villain. He feels that role better. But another thing is that also it is pretty predictable who the main bad guy is when you have a stunted list of characters who could potentially be the antagonists of the film. But overall, yeah, it's a fun superhero movie. It's not a masterpiece by all sorts, but it's a movie that, yeah, you're definitely gonna show people that are who are younger, or it's gonna be a movie that's gonna be around for a long. So yeah, nothing much to say, Ryan. I'm gonna give it, like you said, an 8.7, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay. I like it.
All right. I kind of like this movie. Always hold like a special place in my heart, just because it's the first ever MCU movie, and I love the MCU. I mean, they're all superhero movies. Compared to like some of the movies we've watched, like Blow, Goodfellas, The Departed, they're not masterpieces like that. You know what I'm saying? Some are very predictable, some are not. So like they don't change up their style a lot. This movie, I think, differs from a lot of the new MCU movies because it definitely has a very distinct style, especially in the beginning, which I just love the whole entire cave scenes. I love the conversation between Jensen and RDJ. All that's so fucking great. Again, Obadiah Stane just wasn't good, not a very good villain, and that's what makes Infinity War so good. Is because Thanos is such a fucking great villain, and Josh Brolin does such a great job in that. Like even fucking like I don't know, man. I love this movie, but I'm comparing it to the rest of the movies we've watched. I'm gonna probably have to give it like a 7.7, just because I feel like Jeff Bridges thing as an antagonist just didn't do it for me. But this movie I'll always love this movie. I think it's a funny movie. I think it's a fucking it's great for starting the MCU. You do introduce some good plots for it. You get to meet Agent Coulson. That's pretty much the main thing about the whole MCU. You only get to meet like Agent Coulson, and you get to see like the dude that shows back up in Spider-Man. But you know, just I thought this movie it's just holds a special place in my heart, but it'll never be my favorite MCU movie. But yeah, 7.7.
Cool.
All right. Well, this was my movie, so obviously I have a little bit of a higher, I don't know, like
Bias.
not a higher bias,
bias.
per se, but like
Say bias.
but like I chose the movie, so I obviously wanted to watch it. But I thought it was good for a podcast because it's such a iconic, pretty much classic movie that has created something that is much bigger than any other franchises made before or even up till now. As Josh said, some of the scenes are a bit like skippable, which kind of brings the rating down a little bit. It's a good, Robert Downey Jr. is a perfect Iron Man, and he was the perfect guy to have do this, I guess. Like, I can't think of any other actor that could have done Iron Man the way Robert Downey Jr. did. I kind of wish there was a little bit more, like some of the scenes that were skippable could have been replaced with more of more chemistry building between Tony and Rhodey, instead of some of the scenes that are like just completely unnecessary. But I like the way at the beginning of the movie he is that billionaire playboy, and he like plays it perfectly. And I think my favorite scene in the movie is, or one of my favorite scenes in the movies that's always iconic to me, is the two jet fighters in the sky that he's fighting against. And like that whole kind of scene will always stick out in my head. And like this movie just has so many iconic scenes that everybody can think of when they think of Iron Man. So like, yeah, I gotta put that in there for this movie. But like, yeah, as Josh said, compared to the movies that we've watched and some of the scores we've given, I think I'm gonna give this more of like a 8 as well, just because I don't think this movie on its own can compete with like the movies that we've given higher scores and stuff. But yeah.
Cool.
I'd like to formally change my rating. You guys made really good points.
See, I always say that, but you guys never let me. Like, I wanted to give Twister a 1.
Josh, quit ripping on
Just kidding.
Twister.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
That joke is so
Um,
dead, Josh.
Don't really matter.
Just like Twister.
No, I think it is still really solid, but I think I'm gonna bring it down to an 8, a solid 8.
Well, I want to
Alright.
formally change my score
All right, Josh.
to an 8.
I'm gonna
Just
change
so
mine
it's
to a
easy.
24.
Stop! You can't do that.
All right.
I would change my Twisters.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, fuck you, Ryan. Fuck, we actually don't know what we're gonna be doing. Oh, welcome back.
All right.
So,
All right, Josh.
Thank you.
Iron Man 8.0. I think that's pretty good.
It's a 7.9.
What? I gave it an 8,
What?
We're all giving it 8s.
so it's an 8.
All right. Fine. 8.
8.0.
All,
Yeah,
Solid.
8,
8.0.
It is a
around.
solid
It's a solid movie. I think
B-rated
8.0 is good.
flick.
I think it's a B. It's not B movie. All right, boys. Well, that doesn't put it in the top 5. What? Season 1 of Movie Mates is complete, boys. Season 1 is complete.
Should we celebrate,
we're
boys?
Before season 2 starts, we'll probably have a podcast. Yeah, let's get fucking hammered. No, I'm kidding. We'll probably have a Shut up, Ryan. God, I'm not here. We'll probably have a podcast like before season 2 starts. I'm guessing, just like random shit. We might do. Ryan needs to watch the Clone Wars.
We might do
that
two of
podcast
them,
might be coming
honestly.
soon.
We might do
might do a
one that's
couple,
just
yeah.
random, and then one that's like a preseason saying what we've decided to do for the season. 'Cause I don't think we really have a idea set in stone yet.
Well,
So
why don't
Of
we
course
talk
we
about
do.
it after we go off?
Yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, boys. Yeah. I'm gonna give the final five, and then we'll give final five, our top 5 rated movies from season 1 of Movie Mates, boys. We did like 16 movies, I think, something like that. 16 or like 15, 16 movies. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. A lot of fucking movies, bro. That's a lot of movies. A lot of movies we haven't seen. All of us haven't seen. It's good. I think this is really fun. Coming in at number 1, my movie, of course, The Departed. 9.1.
suck your dick any harder, please.
I wish, dude. Fuck, I'm Marilyn Manson. Coming in at number 2, we have Goodfellas. No clap.
At
Okay,
what?
no one's clapping. Number 2.
At what?
Ouch.
I thought it was-
8.65.
I thought Midsummer beat that.
Yeah, I thought Midsummer was.
Midsummer
Oh,
totally beat that.
coming at number 2, we have a Mids. I'm so used to saying Goodfellas.
Only Josh,
Midsummer!
could,
God.
only Josh could mess up a top 5.
Yeah, let's do it, boys.
He only had to read the list, but he still fucked that up too.
Yeah, Jack,
No,
can you
you
edit
know-
this?
You know,
Nope.
you know why he forgot it? Because he only wanted to mention his movie.
Oh, oh,
Shut up, dude. All right, coming in at
Exposed.
number 2, we have The Room.
Yeah,
coming
good
in at a
one,
whopping
good one. That was the best
9.0.
joke you made on this whole podcast. That was the best one.
No. Best one if I said Twister. All right, number 2, we have Midsummer.
You didn't.
Woo! Shut the fuck, Jack.
I mean, Josh,
Coming
you
in
have
at-
totally butchered this.
Coming in at number 3, dude. We got to edit it. Number
Not
3, we
editing
have
this.
Goodfellas. Yay! Coming out.
Did it actually
Coming in
come
at
third?
number.
Huh?
It did. This one actually did. Coming in at number 4, we have Blow. Third movie reviewed.
Yeah,
Stayed
it's
there,
still
bro.
top
Stayed
5.
up there.
God damn.
Stayed up
Pretty
there.
good. But the second movie reviewed also stayed up there. Coming in at number
Midsummer?
5,
Yeah, 'cause it was last
tied.
episode.
number 5, we have Reservoir Dogs and Apocalypto.
None of my movies
Which
made
movie
top
rated?
5.
Iron Man
Yeah.
almost.
I think
Six.
like all of mine were like 6th and 7th. Halloween,
Well, Josh,
Conjuring, and Iron Man.
Same thing with all mine, dude.
Yours
Shut
was-
the fuck up.
Yours was all at the bottom and the top, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Batman Begins, Reservoir Dogs, The Room, and Departed.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Who
Pretty
put,
good.
Hey,
Pretty
Tanner,
good.
which ones were yours?
Blow, Apocalypto, and
Say it.
Midsummer. And Twister.
Wait. There it is.
Yeah, you two had 4, didn't you? And then me and Ryan
But I had
3.
3 out of my 4
Yeah, I
in the
think
top
so.
5, Josh, so suck it.
Hey, dude.
If
None of mine came last.
If we're comparing. Shut up. Ryan put very solid movies. Like Ryan's got
Solid.
like 8.0s.
Oh yeah. Only
Like,
when I know
8.0.
my boys.
Yeah, all of Ryan's got right with Ryan. You only had 3, right? It was Ip Man,
No. I did It Man,
La
La
Bamba.
Bamba. Didn't I do one? But then I picked another one. I
Ma-
picked a
did-
4th one, but then we decided to just.
Did you do Matrix?
I did Matrix, and
Yeah.
I did Goodfellas.
So 4. I was
you
the only
also
person
did
that did 3. Okay.
Iron Man.
Yeah, so
I mean-
4, 4, 4, and 3. So we did 15.
Halloween was pretty much like 5 movies, bro. Goddamn.
But I chose like 2 classic movies and then Conjuring.
That's fair. All right, boys. Yeah, that will do it for season 1 of Movie Mates. Those are our final ratings.
Yay!
We'll be back
At some
with
point.
season 2. we'll probably do some podcasts like Clone Wars, Ryan, watch it, and we'll discuss some shit as well. But yeah, we'll see you guys all next time. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.